What up? What up, Fierce fam? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Happy Monday. I'm here to brighten up your day. First thing I want you to do right now is smile. All right? Put a smile on your face. Okay, you have a ton to be grateful for. Ultimately, today, what I want to talk about, I've been brainstorming all kinds of ways I want to bring people together through this whole thing. Okay, and the first thing is we're going to be starting a challenge. This challenge is free for everyone. We're going to be focusing on a couple of key things when it comes to your health: your stress, your sleep, hydration, and then mobility. All of these things are really going to help you keep your health in line so that if you are getting stressed out, you know how to get out of it. You can recover properly from your workouts. And ultimately, this is stuff that we need to really take control of because it is what we have control over in the situation we're in. Okay. I'm going to talk about stress today, and over the course of this week, I'm going to be talking about each specific element, how it's affecting your recovery, how it's going to help you, and then I really want everyone to participate with this thing. I'll give you more details on it later, but ultimately, let's talk a little bit about stress. First things first, smile's back on. All right, the reason I'm asking you to smile is, first off, a smile instantly has a brain response that helps release serotonin, dopamine, and I think one other hormone or stuff within your body that's really going to help bring your mood up and bring everything up, which helps reduce cortisol. We're going to talk about cortisol, and that's kind of the key hormone that is going to affect a lot of our health and have a lot of issues with us. So when it comes to stress on the day-to-day, there is, things you can control and you can't control. The first thing you need to understand is you need to do your best to really try to be aware of when you're getting stressed out. When you start to get stressed out, what is happening is your body's going to start to release cortisol. Now, cortisol is okay to be under that state for a short period of time, but for a long period of time, it is not. It affects your health in many ways, okay? And what happens a lot of times is a lot of people that have really high stress jobs, they don't notice that they're stressed out for a long period of time. And with the state of everything that's going on right now today, and the coronavirus, a lot of people are in that heightened state of stress and they never come down from it. And the issue with that is you're going to have issues recovering and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm going to talk about that. But you need to first be aware that you're getting stressed out. Then you need to have management practices in order to bring your stress levels down. So what that looks like would be a breathing technique, as I already talked about. Breathe for 6 seconds in, 6-second hold, and 6-second exhale. Start focusing on your breathing. That will calm your mind. It starts to reset your brain and everything internally so that you are no longer feeling as stressed. And then once you have done that, we need to start to reframe our perception of the situation. Okay, what tends to happen, and the reason you get so stressed out, is because of all the fear that comes along with the uncertainty of the situation in the world right now. And if it's not something you can control, you need to start to look at what are the positives, what can I control, what can I focus on, and how is this helping me? I know it's sometimes hard to see that stuff, but if you don't ask the question, you're not going to find it, okay? But by transitioning to that sort of thinking, it's really going to help you shift your perspective of this is happening to me as opposed to this is happening for me. That's how you want to be thinking. This is happening for me. What do I get to grow in on this? What do I get to focus on? That's part of why I'm also doing this challenge. I'm giving you something to focus on so that you can better yourself, okay? I want you to look forward to that because people like challenges. They're fun, okay? I'm also looking at doing a movement one. Haven't, figured that one out too. But I want to bring your energy and demeanor back up if it's down, and if it's not, I want to bring it up higher than it already is, all right? So let's talk about now that we have our stress under control and we've shifted the conversation on our mind, we are trying to look at the psychological perspective we're taking, and that is going to have a biological response, meaning when we shift our perspective and we become grateful for a situation or grateful for what you have. You can also just practice gratuity. Start being thankful for the people you have in your life, for your home, for everything, okay? start finding the positives and what you have, and then that's going to start to release DHEA in your system. What DHEA does ultimately is it helps you burn calories, build lean mass, and it increases your immune system, and it helps lower cortisol levels. That lowering cortisol levels is a key component, and I'm going to start to talk about cortisol. So essentially, when you get stressed out, your cortisol levels rise. Your body, that's a natural response to stress simply because it's trying to protect itself. Within roughly 7 or so minutes after consistent cortisol levels that have been risen, what happens is you actually start to mess with a lot of different brain functions. You start to act less intelligently, like your IQ goes down, okay? Mainly because you've been put into a survival mode. And the thing you have to keep top of mind here is this could be happening subconsciously. You guys probably have felt that guilty feeling inside, or that worried feeling like you did something wrong or something's going badly or something. That is what I'm talking about. You need to be able to subside that and get rid of it, because that is the response on your body. Now, when our cortisol levels go up like that, they start to mess with our hormone levels. They start to destroy estrogen, destroy testosterone. Generally, what we see happen with that is people start to gain weight and they start to hold on to fat, okay? And that obviously has negative effects on your health overall. And in this type of situation, we need to be keeping our health in check rather than putting ourselves in situations that's going to compromise our health, okay? So that is cortisol. Cortisol also is going to kind of start to restrict your ability to rebuild, regenerate, recover from your workouts, get rid of toxins, rehydrate, and repair your muscles, okay? So all of those things are really in reference to your recovery. So what you need to keep in mind with that, especially with your workouts in here, or if you're going to be working out at home during this process, ultimately you can't be going like all out. And really, because if you're already in a heightened state of stress, an exercise or working out is a form of stress. Now, generally we see reduced stress after we've exercised, simply because your adrenaline has been released, serotonin, dopamine, all the same things that are released when you smile. But ultimately, those things are going to be compromised if you're stressed out and then you go super hard on a workout, because you're not going to repair and recover the same way as you would if you weren't in that state, okay? So that's a little background on stress, why it's so important, and why I want you guys focusing on it. So remember, first, you need to become aware of if you're getting stressed out. Second, implement some sort of breathing techniques so that you can lower that stress level. Smile. And then start to change your psychological perspective of whatever is going on. Now, I'm going to give you one more strategy that I've heard of how to do that, because a lot of times people can't always see what's in their control, and then they have trouble and they feel stuck, which only causes more stress, okay? So basically what it's called fear setting, and I learned it from Tim Ferriss. Anytime you're worried about something, simply grab a sheet of paper and start to write down what you're worried about. Then write down what worst case scenario is. Then simply write down what are you going to do about worst case scenario, okay? And what you're going to start to find is going through that process, creating a plan, you're going to feel prepared, and it's going to take down that stress level, okay? Just like for here, I'm creating contingency plans for what we are doing and how we're going to be able to deliver a quality coaching program to you guys. Super excited about this challenge, and I want you guys to be too, okay? Let's come together through this, and let's really raise the bar and get these things in line with our health. So that's the talk on stress today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys either at the gym, and if you're interested in the individual programming for at home, just simply shoot me a message, okay? And I will send it to you and be checking in with you. Make sure you're doing it, okay? Because ultimately, exercise and those types of things are also there for our health. Again, we want to be keeping our health in line. So if you guys have any questions on this stuff, feel free to shoot it in the comments or send me a message. Thanks, and have an awesome day.